Hello my gorgeous Sagittarius, welcome back. If you join me for the general, you'll understand that I've been here before for the general, but now I'm back. If you haven't, welcome in. This is your birthday love reading, and I'm using my new oracle deck, the Elke Oracle, and Elke stands for she who, and it is absolutely beautiful. The first one out is Blanche, she who brings light. So let's look at what else is going on in your relationships, shall we? What's happening for you guys for your birthday? I'm hoping that all the hard work you've done this year is rewarded for your birthday. Sagittarius, December, Sagittarius. That's my baby. We have She Who Flies, Valaris. Love these cards. And She Who Hesitates, Mora. All right, let's get into this. I'm sorry, there's not enough room. I'll have to come back later. That's my baby. Do you want to see? He likes to sit up on my lap when I do readings. Say hello. Say hello. Don't be cheeky. Don't be standoffish. But there's not really enough room. So yes, soon. Okay, sorry. Back to you guys. So we've got this is a real mix. It's really interesting. You've got the bringer of light, which is, look at her, she's so beautiful. She's a beacon of hope and light and serenity and peace. And she's looking at Valaris, who's a real Sag. She likes to reach for heights and fly. You know how Sagittarians are the archers and point our arrow, aim high. This is Valaris. She's very daring. And then you've got Mora, who is kind of like, if Valaris is the go-getter, the fly higher, the daredevil, you've got Mora, who is the opposite, and she's she who hesitates. She's got this gift, and it's like something's stopping her, whether it's fear or it says ponder here, but I don't see her as pondering the mysteries of life. I see her as really turning her back on the light. And if you look at her posture, she's all hunched over and scared. She's got the scaredy cat thing. She doesn't want to see it. It's too scary. If she sees her own strength, that's right. If she sees her own strength and her own inner glow, then that means everything else she's believed is holy crap. So it's easier just to turn your back and keep believing what you've always believed. However, in the middle, you've got someone who wants to do it. Let me at it. And this is where it gets a bit tricky, because Valaris can sometimes aim a bit too high. And it's like Icarus, who flew too close to the sun. There is a fine line between, this is really resonating with the earlier reading I did, the general reading. There's a fine line between being too bold and too foolhardy and diving off the edge with no parachute and hiding from all the possibilities available to you, hiding from all the wonderful things that you could achieve if only you turned around and were brave enough. So Blanche is coming to shine a light on all of that. And look at her, I mean really, look at her focuses. She's stunningly beautiful. And she's the beacon, light, serenity, and the beacon. She's pointing you in the direction that you need to go. The nice fine line, the balance in between. You know, earlier we were talking about the pendulum. She is pointing you. That's beautiful. I love that. Thank you, Spirit. Right. On to love. On to love. When I do that, when I pause and ponder myself and just kind of fade off into the distance for a moment, I'm listening. My guides talk a lot, and a lot of the time they talk over the top of each other, so I have to ask them really nicely to be one at a time, but not to be quiet. I don't mean it like that. All right, what can we tell Sagittarius about their love lives this end of November, December, their birthday, please? One for Beck. Anyway, 10 of Swords. Straight off the bat. Done. End. What about the other person in this relationship? Where are they? What's their current energy? This is such a continuation of the first one. Oh, done. What about this other person's energy? Thank you. 4 of Swords. Taking time out. Yeah. Here's the mountain. This is the mountain. The Hierophant is in the middle. Something traditional, some kind of institution. Maybe, oh, okay, yep. 2 of Wands causing indecision. And what about our person on the right? These energies can flip or flop. So what I will do is refer to this as you, and that is your partner, and or the person you haven't quite met yet. So what's going on for them? wanted to jump out a minute ago. What's going on for them? They're really quiet at the moment. Really quiet, and there's the Hermit. Now the Lovers came out, and the Five of Swords, which was also in the first reading, and Temperance. There you are. Smack bang. You are so overthunk. You've overthinked. And now, this is where you're at. Now, if you look at this Temperance card, you can see that there's balance isn't there. Temperance is patience, it's Sagittarian, it's balance, it's calm, it's flow. This is not where you're at the moment. You are the Five of Swords, and you are buggered. You're Ten of Swords. Thought out, and yet you're still deciding. It's not the Two of Swords, which is good, it's the Two of Wands. So you're deciding which way to go, and you've got your eyes open. And your partner has gone into full hermit mode. No speakies, no talkies, no quiet, quiet, quiet. You can't get much more quiet than this. Taking time out and hermit energy. So in the middle of this, you're all up in the air. And the Lovers is the centre. The Hierophant, traditional love. This is like the Lovers. This is the major arcana. And, you know, you're coming out as your major arcana. They're coming out as a major arcana. And it's messy. I don't understand what the problem is. How are you seeing this relationship at the moment? I know you're confused, but how are you looking at the relationship? Six of Wands. You're wanting victory, but I don't think it's not like the Five of Swords. It's victory. I think it's victory over your own thoughts at the moment, because he's really looking out into the future. It's like, I can see clearly now. And how are they looking at the relationship? How is this Hermit energy looking at the relationship? You want to fly. The Empress. So they see you as, and again, energies flip-flop. This is the feminine. How they're seeing you is the feminine energy. Now that can be, sit how it sits. They see you as nurturing, caring, loving, protecting, home, centre, warmth, like a warm hug. That's how they see you. I don't even ask out loud at the moment, so they're bouncing everywhere. Seven of Pentacles. You are working, but truth. Knight of Swords. You want the truth. You feel this is where the indecision's coming from. The Hierophant has the key. The key. And you don't. And you've overthought it so much that you've given up overthinking it, because whichever way you look at it, it's cutting. And sometimes we create, look at this, we've created our own, Sagittarius, created your own. There was forest of thorns in your own mind. There's a forest of thorns in your own mind. You're not seeing the roses. You're only seeing the thorns and the prickles. So you're trying to decide where to go. But the thorns and the prickles, what you're looking through is you're wanting to work at it, but you're needing, Sagittariuses need the truth. Our sign is I see. And so when we can't see the truth, it's like an itch we can't scratch. It's like a bug in the brain that you don't even care. You get to the stage where you don't even care what the answer is. You just want an answer. So if something's not sitting right, if it's not quite gelling, this can cause a Sag to go like thought overload. So this is why it's not so much the relationship you're struggling with at the moment. It's your own thoughts. It's your own perceptions. You want the truth, and you want it fast. You're trying to be patient. You're trying to work at it and calm back down and sit back down and take some time. You're trying to be temperate. What about them? What about the other party? What are they struggling with at the moment? Two threes, Three of Cups and Three of Swords with the Ace of Cups. I'm guessing even though they see you as the Empress, there's an issue here with the third party. They want the Ace of Cups. They want the emotional, fresh start where it overflows, But in the background, you've got daggers. Look at this card. I'm going to hold it as close as I can. Look at that card. That is not your typical Three of Swords card. If you look very carefully, those swords are skimming one and really cutting through the very core of the other. I'm feeling that something obviously is coming between you two. And it's causing this person over here some definite pain, but I think you are the one on the receiving end. And if you look at this card, that's what you want. But You want the truth, but it's bloody. It's not pretty. And the Three of Cups is, usually celebration. But I think the only celebration here is the person in the middle. They're the ones celebrating. This is so sad. And I can't finish it there because, this is your birthday, guys. This is... Okay. I'm going to change decks and see some advice. Can we have some advice? Please, can we have some advice? What advice have you got for Sag? What advice have you got for Sag? Justice and the Empress, two major arcanas. Empress coming out again. Justice is coming. Justice is definitely coming. Look towards the sun. Keep your faith. It's transformation. This justice, it's definitely not going to be black or white. It's going to be very transformative. What advice have you got for the other party? What advice have you got? I kind of feel sorry for them, I'm not getting that this is an actual affair. This interference, this dagger down the middle. I don't think it's a third party affair. I think it's a third party that could be a family member. It could be work. It could be an addiction. With this Three of Cups celebrating, they could have an addiction to something or someone, or not even someone, but there's something touching them in the middle. Hello, I won't be long. What advice have you got for these? The other party. Oh, okay. Okay. Right. Yep. Another major. This is going out with a bang. This is the decade, your decade. This is the decade ending with a bang. Jupiter's been in our sign for the whole year. We are going out with a bang so that we can start fresh. I was hearing that when I was asking for advice for the other party, the advice was, we're not giving them advice, we're giving you advice, we're giving Sagittarius advice. And that part of the advice is to separate yourself from them. Because at the moment, your emotions are all tied up in the mix, the mesh. And so that's doubly confusing because not only are you trying to work your own mind out, you're trying to work theirs out as well. And they are just as messed as you. So there's no way you can work their minds out. So that's the advice, because they're going through their own tower moment. They're having their own. And so they need to go through that. If you are in a coupling relationship, a marriage, or a living together situation, take breaths. Let them do their thing. Don't take it personally if they're having some quiet time. You do your thing. And keep doing your things. Sit in your trust that that whatever this mess is, this Three of Swords mess is, justice is coming. She's got this, and it's not that she's coming down the road. She's here. Like, she's already onto it. Check that out. She's already onto it. The butterflies have flown. And this is the other advice. Be how they see you. The Empress is fierce, man. She's not just... The Empress is Mother Gaia. She is the four queens all together. She's got it. She's got it. And whether you're a woman or a man, being in the Empress energy is pretty bloody good. So get grounded again. You're too up in your head. You need to ground. You need to spend some time in nature. Get your feet in the sand or on the earth or in a river or something. But ground your energy. And if you feel your mind over running, get grounded again. The other thing is, neither of them are moving. So and if you look at this, she's got a pink tie. Now, it's not tight. It's not binding her. It's not controlling her. But she still has a love connection. So it's not saying bugger off or give them the flip. It's saying be gentle. Be gentle with yourself. King of Swords. Sit in your own truth. King of Swords can be quite cutting and calculated, but they're also very honest and very, very comfortable in their own truth. This is your advice. And I think honestly, the best thing for you guys to do is give yourselves a break. Don't fret about what you're going to do, how you're going to handle it, what's coming next, what they're going to do, or what they think, or how they feel. If they talk, listen. If you want to talk, talk, and ask them to listen. But get off the merry-go-round. Because while you're on that, you're not seeing anything clearly. It's a blur as you go past. So get off the merry-go-round and just breathe until the end of the year. Let the end of the year go. And, Sagittarius, you're a lucky bugger. Sagittarius is the luckiest sign there is. And at the moment, I don't think you're focusing on how lucky you are. I think you're focusing on the fear. Get out of that. It's a bastard. It's a liar. Be grateful. Spend the rest of the year being grateful. And I'm sure that this tower moment that they're going through will really clarify everything. You won't have to work it out. You won't have to suss it out. It just will be clear. And so she's going to shine the light so that you don't have to fly too high or hide too much. You just be you and everything will sort itself out. I love you so much and you deserve very much happiness. This is the end of this decade. Everything starts new. And create it yourself. We are the creators. We can create whatever we want. We're too busy beating ourselves up with 3D thoughts that we're missing out on all the love and possibilities that are out there. It's fantastic. Think about the endless possibilities that are out there. Do that. I love you lots. I'll see you next time. Happy birthday. So, with love and hugs, as always, a great big kiss.